It's a lovely afternoon here in Ann Arbor. The skies are a solid gray. My name is Joshua Tenzer, and I am here at the University of Michigan Lacrosse Stadium for an afternoon Wednesday game between the University of Michigan Wolverines, who are 3-3, and the Marquette Golden Eagles, also 3-3. The starters are being announced today, so let's read those out to you right now. For the Marquette team, Jake Stegman, Devin Cowan, and Chris Kirschner will be attack. Ryan Fozio, Griffin Freese, and Peter Hankhouse will be midfield. The three defenders are Zach Granger, PJ Cox, and Mesa Woodward. And in goal for the second time this season, Gabe Stein. Marquette's last game was the first start for Gabe Stein, where he had 11 goals scored against him and a career-high 13 saves, a save percentage of .542. Marquette was leading that game until the fourth to last minute, by a score of 9-10, where two straight goals made Marquette lose by a final score of 11-10, the last one coming with 4 seconds left. Gabe Stein will hope to improve on that performance when this comes around. For the Wolverines, the starters in attack are Bryce Clay, Alex Bukanavage, and Josh Zwanda. Kevin Mack, who usually plays attack, has been moved down to midfield, considering that Christian Ford, usual midfielder, is out for this game. Kevin Mack will be joined by Jake Bonamy and Rocco Sutherland in the midfield, and the defense will be filled out by Ryan Schreiber, Andrew Darby, and Drake Schaffner. In goal, the starter for all the games, John Kirikoffey. Kirikoffey has not played a full game since the season opener, where he had a pretty impressive showing. I misspoke. Trowbridge is the usual starter. This is the first Kirikoffey start. Trowbridge and Kirikoffey were competing for starts going into this season. Kirikoffey usually took over the second half of games, even when Trowbridge was doing well, and Kirikoffey will have his first, if not his second, start this season. The weather and time and other world factors have brought about a quite empty crowd here at the University of Michigan Lacrosse Stadium. I would say close to 20 or 30 people are here who aren't event staff. And here at WCBN Sports, we will keep you up to date on our future broadcasts, depending on, well, we'll see. Things are looking good here as both teams are talking. The University of Michigan had their last game, 11-17 loss to Yale, where Josh Zwanda really shone with 3 assists and 2 goals. Rocker Sutherland and Bryce Clay both had hat tricks. Face-offs seemed to be a huge issue for the Wolverines that game, only winning 3 of 30. That's 10%. At accuracy, only 21 of 47 shots were on net. Trowbridge was pulled at the half, letting in 9 goals after making 6 saves. Kirikoffey let in 8 goals in the same amount of time, but he has the green flag to start this game. Some players to watch on the Wolverines side are Trowbridge. Well, never mind, he's not playing. But Kevin Mack, who's been very hot and cold. He started this season with 3 goals, then dropped down to 1 his next game. 5 goals the third game, back to 1. 3 goals the fifth game. His most recent game, he scored 1 goal. But Bryce Clay, is a very consistent scorer, scoring 3 or more goals in 5 of the 6 games the Wolverines have played. And Bukanavage has been getting just over 1.5 assists per game with 8 assists over the 6. Excuse me, just under 1.5 with 8 assists over the past 6 games. Josh Zwanda leads the NCAA in freshman points. He has 14 goals and 14 assists. That's 28 points total. The NCAA leader in points. I believe that exact number is something like 4 points per game. Can't quite do the math in my head. I have it written down somewhere here. I'll let you know when I find it, though. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it all too much. 4.67 points per game. A number that ranks 21st nationally and is the top mark in the country by a freshman. I believe the Wolverines will be shooting to my left. And if you are just joining us right now on the FM airwaves, my name is Joshua Tenzer. I will be soon joined here by Jack Molino. Thank you for listening on 88.3 WCBN Ann Arbor, your Ann Arbor station operating out of the Student Activities Building. The face-off's about to get started as number 37 for the Wolverines will be taking it. That is Nick Rowlett. He did impressive. He's pretty impressive with his face-offs. And here we go. They're wrestling for it, and Rowlett comes out with it. Rowlett breaking towards the goal. Gets a pass off to Zwanda. On the left side, Zwanda retreats towards the border of the offensive zone. Passes over to Bryce Clay on the left. Clay jogging with it around the perimeter of the offensive zone. Leaves, makes a break towards the center of the field, towards the block M. Sends a pass over to the right side of the field. Alex Bukanavage. Back across to Jake Bonamy on the left. Bonamy enters the offensive zone, gets past a defender. Passes behind the net. Number 12, Kevin Mack. Mack out to 42 on the right side, Alex Bukanavage. All the way across the field to Rocco Sutherland. Sutherland beats a defender again. Retreats, goes towards the goal, shoots. Save made by the Marquette goalie, Gabe Stein. Marquette will be marching up the left side of the field now. Number 29 for Marquette, breaking towards the goal. Chooses to go around. Breaks, passes over. Ball is dropped. Scooped up by the Wolverines, knocked back down. 14, Jake Stegman has it. Stegman retreating out towards the right side, passing back to number 24, Griffin Fries. Passes out to the left. Number 35 with it, Peter Hankhouse. He had 2 goals in his last showing. Hankhouse passes it back behind the net. Out in front with it is number 14, Stegman. And it goes into the stick of the Michigan goaltender. Not Trowbridge, Kirikoff. Michigan enters the offensive zone now. Cosgrove with it. Cosgrove passes back to the left sides. Josh Zwanda. A pass falls to the ground, scooped up by Stein. Now Marquette will start their attack. On the right side with it for Marquette, breaking up the right wing, is Mason Woodward. Woodward crosses the entire field over for P.J. Cox. Entering the offensive zone. On the left side, Devin Cowan. Cowan passes back to number 49, Max Kruwinski. Ball's now behind the net. In the stick of Kirshner. Kirshner wraps all the way around. Passing back to the block M. Griffin Fries with it now. Fries breaks in. Takes a shot. He scores. And 3 minutes into this game, Griffin Fries scores the first goal for Marquette, making it 1-0. That was their second shot of the game. 1 save for Kirikoff so far. And going back to the faceoff circle will be Nick Rowlett, a sophomore from Fairfax, Virginia. And for Marquette, taking the faceoff will be Thomas Washington, a sophomore from Minnesota. And here we go. They're wrestling for it now. Rowlett comes out with it, still on the ground. Scooped up by Rowlett in the defensive zone. Rowlett breaking towards the left-hand side. Gets his way past 2 defenders as he crosses through the block M. Passing over to the right, number 48. Christian Ford is actually in. He wasn't starting, but he's in now. Passed off to the back of the net. Zwanda with it. Zwanda behind the net. Breaking to the right wing. Passing back to 42, Alex Buchnevage. Across the field to Bonamy. Still in the neutral zone. Bonamy passes out to Zwanda on the left wing. Zwanda makes a break for it. Passing out to number 42, Buchnevage. Makes a fake. Gets past defenders. He takes a shot. That goes high. It'll be Michigan ball as Kevin Mack was there. He was behind the net, and he will start with it. Makes a break towards the right wing from behind the net. Takes a shot. That rolls down through the crease. On the ground now. Picked up by number 3, Bryce Clay. It'll still be Michigan ball. Clay passes that to behind the net. Out in front, number 27 for the Wolverines. Jake Bonamy with it now. Passes off to the right side with Buchnevage. Buchnevage takes a shot. That's blocked off of Marquette's defensive players. And now will roll all the way to the block M. Ground battle now. And it will be Marquette ball. Number 14 for Marquette now. Jake Stegman with it. Stegman rushes in. It's passed out to behind the net. Number 54, Chris Kirschner. Now number 35 with it as he breaks towards the goal. Goes to behind. Kirschner with it again. Now out in the neutral zone, Colin O'Donnell. O'Donnell makes a break for it. O'Donnell takes a shot. That's a save. And it'll be Michigan ball. Kirikoff coming up big there with that save off the side of his stick. Now Michigan will start an offensive attack. Oliver Meyer running through the neutral zone with it, through the block M. It's passed off to Buchnevage on the right wing. Buchnevage backing up. Choosing to pass all the way back to the block M face-off circle. Buchnevage and Schneider playing some catch. Schneider back with it. Chooses to go to the left, passes off to Kevin Mack. Josh Wanda's behind the net. He doesn't have the ball yet, just an observation. Now he does. Josh Wanda with it. Passes off to Buchnevage. Now they're passing around in a circle, trying to wait for a little bit of a break in the defense. Jacob Jackson with it. Jackson passes out. Buchnevage has it on the right wing. Spins around with it. Backs away over to 32. Back to Zwanda behind the net. Excuse me, that's Kevin Mack behind the net. Now it's a pass to Zwanda behind the net. Zwanda breaks on the left wing, passing out. The pass is missed. Ground ball battle easily won by Marquette. Number 34 for Marquette, Zach Granger. He has it now. He's coming in through the neutral zone. Passes it over to the side, the right side with it. 54, Chris Kirschner, circling around the net. Michigan defense is lackluster. They're pulling the men from the side, though. Now number 35 with it for Marquette, Peter Hankhaus. Hankhaus avoiding the defense of Christian Ford. Passed back out. Now in the neutral zone with it, Griffin Fries. He enters the left, the goal scorer for Marquette so far. Behind the net, number 29 for Marquette has it, Devin Cowan. Passes it out into the neutral zone. Still waiting for a break in the defense. This Marquette team is patient. They just take a shot and saved. Kirikoff saves that with a stick. And now Michigan's wasting no time going on the offensive zone. But it's knocked out of this Michigan stick by a strong stick check from number 17 for Marquette, Keaton Thompson. The player who lost it was number 30 for Michigan, Dylan Gardner, the freshman from Massachusetts. And now Marquette will keep the pressure on the Wolverines. Number 6 with it, Ryan Fozio. He's on the right wing, passing all the way back into the neutral zone for number 49. Out to Keaton Thompson on the left wing. Thompson makes a break for the net, chooses to go behind. Passes it off to number 54, Chris Kirschner instead. Kirschner wrapping around, Kirschner taking a shot, Kirschner scores! Kirschner puts it in the back of the net, and now Marquette is up 2-0. 7.5 minutes left in this first quarter. 4 shots for the Wolverines. 2 of them missed, 2 saves for Gabe Stein. 5 shots for Marquette. 2 of them have found the back of the net. As I said earlier, Jack Molino, another WCBN sports person, will be joining me on color commentary shortly once he gets back from class. Rowlett will line up for the face-off again, same opponent. And here we go. Rowlett wins it for a third time in the row. Breaking to the right side around the defensive play from number 10, Anthony Corselli. It's behind the net now. Buknavaga has it in the corner of the offensive zone, running back into the neutral zone. Patience. Waiting for some on-the-fly substitutions to be made by the Wolverines. Passes it back to number 27, Jake Bonamy in the faceoff circle. Bonamy breaks on the right side, passes the defender. He takes a pass that goes out to the back behind the net. Now Zwanda has it. Zwanda breaks in from the left side, chooses to circle back around, passing out to Sutherland. Sutherland in the back of the offensive zone. Pushed off. Some strong defense played by number 10, Anthony Corselli. Buknavaga passes back to Sutherland. Sutherland takes a shot. That goes wide, and it'll be Michigan ball from the corner. Zwanda was the closest to it, and he will start with it. Zwanda rushing back from the left side to the right wing behind the net. Passes back to Sutherland. Sutherland coming out in front of the left wing. Turns and takes a shot, and Sutherland scores! The 6th shot for the Wolverines. It finally gets them a goal. 6 minutes and 11 seconds left in this first quarter here in the University of Michigan Lacrosse Stadium, and Rocco Sutherland has opened up this game for the Wolverines. It is now 2-1 with 6:11 left. Rowlett will still be in the faceoff circle. A new opponent for him, Jared Hirschman, a senior from Cortland Manor, New York. And here we wait for it. Here we go. Faceoffs, which were a big struggle for the Wolverines. They won 3 all game last time against Yale. They lost this one, but they still have 3 in the first quarter, which is matching their full game total against Yale. Marquette chooses to pass back over to Gabe Stein. A pass goes wrong. Now Josh Zwanda picks up for the Wolverines. He doesn't have much help in the offensive zone. Only Bryce Clay is there. Now the Wolverines pass back and forth between Alex Buknavaga and Steven Schneider, waiting for some reinforcements to arrive. Now with it on the left side of the offensive zone is Luke Summers. Summers makes a break towards the net and does a spin move to try to get around a defender. He's unable to shake him, so he'll pass back to behind the net to Kevin Mack. Mack passes it to Clay. Clay back to Mack behind the net. Mack with it, looking for something. Chooses to pass to Clay out to in front of the net. Over to Buknavaga. And there's a flag thrown. Michigan will be on the man up for the first time. And a shot. Nice save by Gabe Stein. And the rebound's picked up by number 42 for the Wolverines, Alex Buknavaga. And he puts it in. We have a tie game. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left in this first quarter, and the score is all tied up 2-2. Michigan on 7 shots. After a beautiful save by Gabe Stein, the rebound couldn't be picked up by Marquette. Scooped into the stick of Buknavaga, and the junior adds to his total points. Now he has 95 on the season, 95 on his total career points. Within striking distance of 100, that should happen in the next game or two. Rowlett again against Hirschman. And here we wait for it. Here we go. This one's a struggle for it. Still fighting. And is picked up by the Wolverines. Rowlett now single-handedly passes the total for the Wolverines' face-offs last game. Zwanda with it in the neutral zone, waiting for reinforcements to arrive. And they do in the form of Sutherland and Mack. Sutherland with it now, passes it back to Clay, back to Sutherland. Now Bonamy with it. Michigan circling around. Now they're on the right side. Behind the net. Clay with it. Clay passes it back. Zwanda ends up with it right in front. Back to Back to Buchenwald. He'll take a shot. That bounces off the ground. And now Wolverines have scored 3 unanswered. 4 minutes left in this first quarter. The Wolverines take their first lead this game, and it is 3-2. That's a second goal in a row for Alex Buchenwald, a midfielder from Ridgefield, Connecticut. That's his 96th point of his career. At this rate, he may make it all the way to 100 this game, but not jinxing anything. Knock on wood. Another face-off. We'll see if Rowlett can keep his 80% going. The struggle for it. Reinforcements arrive. This one's picked up by Marquette, dropped again. Wolverines come out on top right now with it. Is number 21 for the Wolverines, Mike Cosgrove, passing over to Zwanda. Zwanda waiting patiently. Passes out to Buchenwald. Over to Clay. Back to Buchenwald in the corner on the right side. Calling for Clay to come back into the neutral zone. Cross-field pass all the way from right to left to Bonamy. Bonamy on the left wing. One foot in the offensive zone, one for the neutral. He'll try to make a break. He goes towards the center. Backs off because of defenders. Back to Buchenwald. Behind the net with it is Kevin Mack, Kevin Mack pushes out in front towards the right wing, passes back to Clay. Clay in the blue circle behind the net. Clay comes back around to the right wing, trying to get that play going. Back to Buchenwald, over to Sutherland. Sutherland tries to break towards the net, backs away. A pass over to Zwanda. Now a pass to Sutherland. Bonamy. On the right side, Buchenwald has it. He's breaking towards the net. Retreats, he shoots, and he scores! Alex Buchenwald. 3 goals in a row for him. He is carrying this team on his shoulders. Michigan now up 4-2. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left. We'll raise that total points for him to number 97. Let's see if I can get the times of the goals for you, see how close they were together. 4:51 left, 4:01 left, and 2:41 left were the 3 goals for Alex Buchenwald. Only 1 assist this game so far has been recorded, and that has been Josh Zwanda. Now we'll see what happens on the next face-off. Will Michigan win this one too? They're 5 for 6 so far. We are still waiting on Jack Molino to join. After a face-off violation, it will be Michigan ball. Picked up by number 9, Andrew Russell, a sophomore from New York. Buchenwald passes out to Zwanda, and Zwanda scores! That's the 11th shot for the Wolverines, and their 5th goal. It is 5-2 in favor of the Wolverines. 2:32 remaining in this. That's only 9 seconds. We'll see if the assists come to Alex Buchenwald, putting his point total up to 98. I wouldn't be surprised. That was a pass straight to a shot. But we will wait for the official word from the stats website. And yes, it is. That's 98 points for the career for Alex Buchenwald. Rowlett on the face-off again. Here we go. This one's won by Marquette. Number 16 for the Golden Eagles, Jared Hirschman. And I've just been informed that Jack Molino will not make it today. So again, I am all by myself here, but that is all right. Anthony Corselli with it for Marquette, behind the net. Corselli passes over to the left wing, Devin Cowan. Passing all the way back to number 35, Peter Hankhaus. Marquette wants to get back in this game. The momentum is squarely in the Wolverine side. Got some fresh blood in there, number 80, Dabrowski. But that pass is intercepted by Kirikoff, and now the Wolverines will have it all the way in the offensive zone. A pass over to Zwanda drops, and Marquette will pick it up. That's in the stick of number 44, defender P.J. Cox. A pass falls down, and now the Wolverines will have it again. Bryce Clay with it. He's breaking to the right side. Passes it over to the back. In the neutral zone is Alex Buknavage. He's waiting for more reinforcements to arrive. Coming onto the field are number 12 and 15, Kevin Mack and Jacob Jackson. Jackson getting some space. He has it in the faceoff circle. Passing over to the left side for Luke Summers. Summers sends it to Zwanda. Zwanda tries to break towards the net from the left side. He'll pass it over to Buknavage. And a shot taken by number 3, Bryce Clay. An odd angle shot, and that one goes in. It didn't have much space to shoot on, but he found the back of the net with 54.8 seconds left. I'm sorry, that was not English. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. The Wolverines take a 6-2 lead after 6 consecutive goals over the Marquette Golden Eagles. Rowlett staying in the faceoff circle. Number 3 for Marquette, Thomas Washington, will take this one. Wrestling for it. Picked up by number 37, Rowlett. Rowlett breaks on the right side. He's tripped, and the flag goes up. Michigan will be on the man up for the first time this game. We'll see how long this penalty lasts. Speaking of man up, that was a real problem for Marquette in their game against Robert Morris. They went 0 for 2. I do not have the Wolverine statistics from their last game telling me how they did, but they've been about 50% in the games I've seen so far. Excuse me. 40 seconds left in the period. It's a 30-second penalty. They're rotating around, trying to find a gap. On the right side, now back behind the net with Zwanda. Zwanda passes to Sutherland. Sutherland to Bonamy. Now back on the right side. Clay's got it. Zwanda now behind the net again. 5 seconds remain on the penalty. They will have taken no shots if they don't get it off soon. And they do take one shot, and that goes wide. Zwanda will have it. 9.3 seconds left in the quarter. Zwanda needs to act fast. He breaks towards behind the net. Wraps around to the right wing. He takes a shot. That goes high, and that'll roll out of bounds just as time expires. 1 second left. Kevin Mack will have it, but not do much with it. We'll see. 1 second left. Pass goes, and the buzzer sounds. So I will talk to you again when the second quarter begins. Again, I'm Joshua Tenzer. Thank you for listening to WCB. I'm not allowed, because this is on the FM airwaves, to stop talking. So I'm not allowed to give you dead space. I've realized that. Wow. Okay. So we will have almost trouble with the FCC, but we are doing good so far. The shot count so far in the first quarter was Marquette 5, Michigan 14. Shots on goal, 8 for Michigan, so that's 2 saves made by Gabe Stein. .25 save percentage. And then 2 saves made by Kira Coffey. 2 saves, 2 goals. That puts them at .5. Face-offs are a score of 7-2 in favor of the Wolverines. The ground ball battle also heavily in favor of the Wolverines, 14-7. Turnovers, Michigan has turned over the ball 4 times. Marquette 3. Michigan successfully cleared 4 out of the 5 attempts. Marquette only at 50%, 2 out of 4. For the extra man, Michigan went 1 for 2, so apparently there was the extra man at that Alex Buknavage goal. With 4:01 left after the flag was thrown, I did not realize the man went off, but he did. That is, they are 1 for 2. And there have been 90 seconds of penalties served over the 2 penalties by Marquette. Michigan is still yet to be on the man down. And it looks like we're about to get started in the second quarter. So we will get back to game action again. My name is Joshua Tenzer, and I will be your sole voice for this game broadcast on 88.3 FM WCBN Ann Arbor. The teams have switched sides. Michigan will be shooting to the right side, and Marquette Golden Eagles to the left. Number 16, Jared Hirschman, will be going off against Rowlett for this face-off. And here, we set up. Waiting for it. And here we go. They're rotating around each other. It's on the ground, breaking towards the Michigan goal. Rowlett's trying to pick it up. He's taken down, but that's scooped up by number 18, Ryan Schreiber, for Michigan's defense. Passed out to Kirikoff. John Kirikoff, a sophomore from Maryland. He'll pass it back and forth with some of the defense, send it out over to Christian Ford. Ford on the left side, passing out to Bryce Clay. Clay breaks behind the net from left wing to right wing. Clay passes to Buknavage. He has 4 points on the day. Buknavage sends it back out to Sutherland and Bonamy playing catch in the neutral zone. Bonamy on the left, Sutherland on the right. Bonamy breaks towards the offensive zone, gets past a defender, pass to retreat, sends it over to Kevin Mack. Mack behind the net, goes out, sends it to Zwanda on the left, a short pass. Zwanda retreats to behind the net. Breaks towards the right wing, turns around, passes to Bryce Clay, still behind the net. Clay sends it back out to Rocco Sutherland. Sutherland in the center of the zone now, passes to Buknavage. Sets a pick, Buknavage pass, shoots, and that goes just wide to the left. Zwanda will pick it up after it rolls out. That was a very close shot for Buknavage. Zwanda passes to Mack, Bryce Clay, save made by Jake Stein, his third of the day. Now Marquette will sprint down to the other side, trying to get something going on the offense. We'll see what they accomplish. They had 2 goals in short order. The first at 12:03, the second at 7:27 remaining. And they have gone unanswered. And while someone else I thought had the ball, Marquette does manage to score. I'll let you know what happened there. I was looking at the stats sheet and I did not see, but Marquette University is now at 3-6, cutting their lead from 4-3. Pardon my lack of attention there. I will let you know who scored that as soon as I can. Again, by myself, it's a little hard to balance everything, but that is all right. Everything is going well here. Number 16, Jared Hirschman, back in the faceoff circle against Rowlett. And it looks like Marquette will win. They do. That was scored by Devin Cowan, that last Marquette goal. Now number 29 has it, Devin Cowan again. It's passed all the way to the other side for Kirshner. Kirshner with it. Retreats off to the right side of the zone. Sends it back to number 35, Peter Hankhaus. Hankhaus in the left wing tries to make a break towards the goal. Michigan plays good defense. Behind the net now with it is number 14 for the Marquette. That's Jake Stegman. Stegman passes it out to 6, Ryan Fazio. Fazio sends it to 35. 35 for Marquette. Shoots Peter Hankhaus. And that goes past Kirikoff. Marquette's back in this. It's 6-4. 12:23 remaining in this second quarter. Michigan has a total of 16 shots, only 6 goals. 7 shots for Marquette, 4 goals. Marquette scores about 12 goals on average per game. They look to be keeping with that sort of idea, so we'll see what happens. Again, we are hearing more and more news about the idea of sporting events changing in the time of the university. With this the coronavirus going around, we'll let you know what this means for WCBN as soon as we find out. So thank you for listening. Rowlett and Hirschman circling around each other. We have a face-off violation. It'll be Marquette ball. Starting with it is number 31, Luke Anderson. Shares a name with a professional wrestler. On the right side, Marquette has it. Sending it back to number 29, Devin Cowan. Cowan backs off on the left side. Cowan spins around, trying to get past the defense. He'll take a shot. That goes cross crease, not able to make it on goal. Picked back up by Marquette, keeping the pressure on him. That's over to Kirshner. Kirshner sends it behind the net, back to Cowan on the left side. Now with it in the corner of the offensive zone, the back left corner is Matt Krasinski. Sends it all the way across to number 24. That bounces out of his stick, but he'll pick it up without much pressure from the defense, Griffin Freeze. Freeze will take a shot. Freeze scores! Freeze has scored for the second time this game. He started the scoring off in this game. Back all the way, 12 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Now with 11:24 in the second quarter, Marquette has scored 3 unanswered, and it'll be 5-6 as Marquette has seen that Michigan has seen that 4-goal lead shrink to now 1 on consecutive shots. That is Griffin Freeze's 5th of the season, unassisted. I am also being told that Alex Buchnevage got an assist on the Bryce Clay goal, so that puts his total up to 99 points in his career. We could see him cross 100 today. Fingers crossed. It's back to being a pretty close game. One of Marquette's players on top of the ball on the face-off. This one's won by Michigan. Right now with it is number 30, Dylan Gardner. Sends it over to Buchnevage. Not Buchnevage. That's sent over to Christian Ford. Ford takes a shot. Ford scores. That's bouncing off the ground and through the legs of Gabe Stein. Michigan stops the bleeding, and now it's 7-5 in favor of the Wolverines on their 17th or 18th shot of the game. We'll see what happens next. It's a new goalie for anyone. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. I've been informed that Stein has been pulled, and now in goal is John Hulsman for Marquette, a junior from Baltimore, Maryland. During halftime, I'll try to pull up his stats for you. We'll see this face-off as a violation picked up by Michigan. On the left side now with it is Josh Swanda. Swanda sends it over to Buchnevage. Buchnevage is still looking for his 100th career point. Over to Bryce Clay. On the right side, back to Buchnevage in the neutral zone by the Big Ten logo. Passes to Jacob Jackson, just coming on the field off the substitution. Back to Buchnevage. Buchnevage looking back, sends it over to Jackson. Jackson on the left side, crosses the field, sends a pass over to the left side for Zwanda. Zwanda spins around, causes the defender to fall. Zwanda takes a shot. Zwanda scores! Josh Zwanda, his 3rd point of the game, 2nd goal. He had 1 assist earlier, and now it is 8-5 in favor of the Wolverines. 10:21 remaining in this second quarter. And again, now that it is past the half-hour mark, my name is Joshua Tenser, and you're listening to WCBN 88.3 FM Ann Arbor. Broadcasting out of the Student Activities Building and the University of Michigan Lacrosse Stadium. Ground battle now in the face-off. Here we go. Rotating around each other. 180 degrees so far. Rowlett's still pressing. This one won by Marquette. Jared Hirschman on it in the left side. Hirschman sends a nice short pass. Bouncing off the ground to Jordan Schmidt. Schmidt with it on the right side. Sends it behind the net. Now Devin Cowan with it on the left wing. Cowan breaks towards the goal. Pushed away by the Michigan defense. Strong defense by Andrew Darby. Now passed around on the right side. Number 6 for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Now back to Cowan behind the net. Cowan sends it over to the left wing for Colin O'Donnell. Back behind the net now. Takes a shot. That's a save by Kirikofe right into the trapper. Point-blank save made. And now it'll be an offensive opportunity for the Wolverines. They're starting something good here. We'll see what happens. Now on the left side, Zwanda has it. I'm also getting updates about WCBN. We will continue to let you know what we know. Zwanda takes a shot. That one is gone wide. Bryce Clay has it. Clay sends it all the way back to Buchnevage. Still looking for that 100th point. Passes it over to Kevin Mack. To Ford. All the way across to Jacob Jackson. Jackson enters the offensive zone on the left wing. Jackson makes a break towards the goal. Jackson slides, falls to his knees, comes back up, sends it back over to Buchnevage. With a quick pit stop at Ford. Buchnevage passes back to Mack, now over to Ford. Ford on the left side, breaks past the defender, takes a shot. That one hits his own man out in front. That goes off of Bryce Clay. And now there's a ground battle for it. We'll see who comes out on top. And the answer is the Wolverines. Kevin Mack with it behind the net now after a quick bounce. Mack passing over to Clay. Clay takes a shot, and that goes wide over the and high, just over the right corner of the net. Zwanda's closest to it as it rolls out of bounds. Zwanda will pick it up and continue play. 8 minutes and 3 seconds remain in this first half. We will see what happens now. We're waiting for Zwanda to restart. Waiting for a referee signal. They're checking. And here's the whistle. Zwanda goes with it. He's breaking out behind it. Pass takes a pass out to Clay. Clay takes a shot. That looks like his stick got hit. And now it will be in favor of Marquette as it rolls out of the bounds. Marquette with it, number 77 on the right side. This passes over to 34. 24 on the right, excuse me. That's Griffin Fries. Griffin Fries has scored twice this game, I believe. Cowan with it. That is correct. Fries has scored twice. Fries has it again. Fries takes a shot. That bounces into the stick of Kira Coffey. Sends it out to Ford. Ford on the left side, breaking through midfield, crosses the center line. Ford into the offensive zone, passes over to Zwanda. Zwanda on the left, sees Buchnevage out in the perimeter. Zwanda with it still. Breaks to the right side, excuse me. Zwanda passes out to Buchnevage in the neutral zone, over to Sutherland. On the right side, Sutherland backtracking over the Big Ten logo, waiting for the substitutions to be made. Both teams making substitutions now. Some defensive reinforcements coming in Marquette. There's a flag. Two of them. Looks like they'll be on Marquette. Mack passes it out to 27 for the Wolverines. A shot, save made by the new goaltender for the Marquette Golden Eagles, John Holzman. Wolverines still have it. Behind the net. Josh Zwanda with it. Zwanda breaking to the left wing, passes out to Sutherland on the right. Sutherland falls down, gets back up. Sutherland still waiting for something to do. Chooses to pass all the way out to Bryce Clay. Clay sends it over to Buchnevage. He's out in the center of the offensive zone. Crosses over to Bonamy. Jake Bonamy back to Buchnevage. Pass over to Kevin Mack. Mack unable to take a shot. Over to Buchnevage. It drops. Picked back up, and it's still a ground battle. Picked up by Marquette. No, still on the ground. And there's a whistle finally. We'll see what's going. We'll see who will be serving the penalty. I believe it'll be Marquette. We will find out. I'm unable to hear the referee, but it looks like number 31 for Marquette. That is Luke Anderson, senior out of Lakeville, Minnesota, from Lakeville North High School. That'll be a 30-second. Michigan's third man-up opportunity. They are 1 for 2 so far. Passing around. Back behind the net. Now out in front with Sutherland and Bonamy. Now on the right side, Sutherland with it. Kevin Mack takes a shot. Bryce Clay takes a shot. That goes high. Rolls out. 12 seconds remain on the man-up opportunity for the Wolverines. 5:26 left in this first half. Pass. Takes a shot. Josh Zwanda. That's saved by Hulsman. Now Marquette, the penalty runs out. On the right side with it now, Marquette. Over to Chris Kirschner. There's a whistle. We'll see what happens. And that'll be a timeout, which I will fill with a little bit of statistics. Michigan has 12 shots in this half. Been pretty impressive. They stopped the bleeding after 3 straight goals for Marquette. So now we'll see what happens next. Gabe Stein was pulled, and I'll use this opportunity to look for statistics on John Hulsman, the other goalie, the new goalie, coming in after the beginning of the second quarter. Excuse me. He won Big East Defensive Player of the Week in 2019 for March 25th. Big East Weekly Honor Roll, April 8th. This season so far, he's played 5 of the 6 games, most of the time for all of them. Goals against, he led in 10, 10, 11, 5, 3. His goals against average this season is 10.03. That's pretty impressive. Save percentage, a little bit down at .456. That's not terrible. I've seen better. I've seen worse. He's faced a total of 171 shots, including a season high in the season opener at Cleveland State. The only team that the Wolverines and Marquette have both faced. Michigan beat them by a score of 16-9, I believe. Marquette won by a score of 11-10, I believe. I will let you know if I am incorrect about that right now. And no, it is 11-10 in overtime. Marquette likes to play some close games. 11-10, 11-10, 11-9. They did destroy Detroit Mercy by a score of 18-6, and then lost 13-11 and 11-10. Michigan has not won nor lost 2 games in a row. They've been coming off a loss, and if they keep that pattern going, they should win here. But we'll see, as Marquette doesn't want to lose 3 games in a row, excuse me. Marquette now resumes action with it. On the left side, running over to the right, is number 35 for Marquette, Peter Hankhaus. Now with its 24, Griffin Fries. Back out into the neutral zone for Peter Hankhaus. Hankhaus tries to make a break, spins around, gets loose of a defender over to number 6. That's shot. That looked like it went off the crossbar, and it'll go just high. Ryan Fazio. Picked up by number 14, Jake Stegman. Stegman passes out to Kirschner. Kirschner takes a pass. That pass falls down to the ground, and it'll be picked up by Michigan. That was an ultimate opportunity for Griffin Fries. The goal was wide open. It just fell out of his stick before he was able to take the shot. Didn't look like there was a stick check or anything. And now the battle will be won by the Wolverines. On the left side, number 21, Mike Cosgrove. Passes it to Zwanda. Back to Sutherland in the center of the faceoff circle. Sutherland walking with it. Surrounded by 4 defenders. None of them making an attack here. Sends it to Bonamy on the right side. In front of him is Jacob Hallam, a defender for the Marquette Golden Eagles. That's a pass over to Clay. Clay takes a shot. That's saved by Hulsman. You have to remember that name. Jake Hulsman. Number 34 for Marquette with it. Makes a nice move, making Sutherland fall. That's Zach Granger. Take a shot. That goes wide and low on the left side. Rolling along the ground. Picked up by number 14, Jake Stegman. Stegman sends it over to Fries. Devin Cowan, excuse me. Cowan sends it back to the neutral zone. Ryan Fazio. Fazio runs to the right. Sends it over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell takes a pass out to behind the net for Kirschner. Back to Fazio. Now over to Cowan. Cowan spins around. Passes cross crease to nobody. No one was there. Someone should have been there based on the play they drew up. But it'll roll out of bounds, and Jake Stegman was closest to it. Marquette retains possession. Marquette with it now. Stegman behind the net from the right wing to the left wing. Passes all the way back to number 49. Now over to number 9. That goes from Kruinski to O'Donnell. Now with it behind the net is is Ryan Fazio. He shoots, and that goes wide. Jake Stegman's nearest to it again. Stegman will pick it up. This has been a long offensive opportunity for Marquette. Stegman with it. Behind the net. Takes a shot. That's saved. And then another rebound. That's put in by Ryan Fazio after a save made by Kirikoffe. He was on the ground, sitting down. That goes high up into the air. Caught by Fazio. Fazio takes a shot into the wide open net. And Marquette is now got 6 goals to Michigan's 8. Excuse me. It's back to being a 2-goal deficit. Easily surmountable. I told you Marquette likes to keep these games close. We'll see if there were any assists. So far, I believe the original shot might get the assist, and no, it is unassisted. Ryan Fazio, his sixth of the season, after he did get 1 assist earlier this game. That is his first goal. This is a face-off one quickly by Rowlett. Rowlett rushing in to the center, and he'll retreat after a quick pass. Now with it is Bryce Clay. Clay sends it over to Zwanda. Zwanda sends it over to Bonamy in the neutral zone. 2 minutes remain in this first half. Back to Zwanda on the left wing. Zwanda breaks towards the goal. Goes behind, passes over to Clay. Clay back to Buknavage. Buknavage passes out to number 15 in the faceoff circle, Jacob Jackson. Sends it over to number 32, Steven Schneider. Schneider passes high behind the net. Zwanda has it. Over to Buknavage. He drops it, picks it back up. No defender was close enough to capitalize on that mistake. Buknavage makes a couple spin moves, rushes towards the goal. Takes a shot, and Buknavage has it! His 100th career point. With 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the first half, Buknavage gets to the mighty triple digits, 1-0-0, and he's only a junior. His career with the Wolverines has been quite impressive. Second place with points in the career is Kevin Mack, still sitting at 93 where he entered this game. He's also a junior from Manhasset, New York. Buknavage's got that triple-digit number now, 1-0-0. Can you believe it? Face-off. Thomas Washington versus Rowlett. Washington wins it. It's still on the ground, though. Picked up by defender number 19, Andrew Darby for the Wolverines. Buknavage becomes the fastest Wolverine in the history of the program to reach 100 career points. There'll be a timeout called by Michigan as they enter the offensive zone. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. The announcers have just said it was the fastest Wolverine to reach 100 career points here. I'll try to find the others for you. I'll look that up. But I will let you know when I find something. Still trying to fill some blank space, because again, the FCC does not like it when you have dead air. No, no, no. So far this season, Bryce Clay has had 19 goals. Alex Buknavage, his 11th goal of the season. 19 game. I don't know what that number is. Oh, that's Bryce Clay. Excuse me. I'm looking at Bryce Clay coming into this game with 19 goals. Alex Buknavage, 11 goals this season, 10 assists this season. 4 goals for him this game, 2 assists. And he goes from 94 points coming into this game. Now with a whole half left, he's at 100. When I saw that stat at the beginning of the game, I said, oh, I'd be lucky to call him get into number 99. Little did I know, with 1 half remaining, he's at 100. Timeout looks like it's ending. In goal, still number 91. Hulsman, excuse me. Hulsman, Hulsman. And on the other side, Trowbridge still not in net. Kira Coffey, the sophomore from Onley, Maryland, continues his showing with 5 saves, letting in 6 goals, meaning that Marquette has had 11 shots on goal for 28 shots. Michigan has put 15 of their 17 on net. Marquette will want to fix that accuracy issue as they go into the second half. It is now 6-9 in favor of the Wolverines, the home team. Bryce Clay with it now, sending it out to Buchnevage. Zwanda. They're circling around as if they were on the man-up, which they are not. Buchnevage with it on the right side. Sends it back to Clay, still on the right. Back to Buchnevage. Clay playing a little bit of catch. Back and forth. Back. Now they break tradition, sending it over to Zwanda in the center. Out to Bonamy on the left side. Back to Zwanda. Buchnevage on the right. Zwanda. Back to Buchnevage. 26 seconds left. Over to Zwanda. Back to Bonamy on the left. Back to Zwanda. Bonamy again. Zwanda finally looks like something's going. The defenders are starting to move. Kevin Mack with it now. Over to Buchnevage. Back to Zwanda. Sutherland takes a shot. Sutherland misses wide. With 4.7 seconds left, Wolverines will start with it. That'll be Kevin Mack. Whistle's blown. Kevin Mack will drop it. 2.4 seconds left. 2 seconds remaining. Throws it out of bounds. A high pass intercepted by number 42, Alex Buchnevage, the 100-point man. And here we go into the half. Michigan with a 9-6 lead and the 29-17 shot lead. Marquette has the saves advantage 6-5. Michigan has the face-offs lead 12-5. Ground balls, a battle. Michigan and Marquette tied in the second quarter. Now it's 22-15 in favor of Michigan. Michigan made 2 turnovers this quarter compared to Marquette's 1, making a total of 6-4. Michigan and Marquette both cleared all the times they tried to. 4 for 4 for Marquette this quarter. 5 for 5 for Michigan this quarter. Putting it at a total of 9 for 10 for Michigan and 6 for 8 for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Michigan is still only 1 for 3 on the extra man, and Marquette has not had an opportunity on the man up. Michigan has served, as I said, no penalties. Marquette a total of 3 penalties for 2 minutes. I'm going to try to communicate back with, I don't know. I was going to try to communicate back with the University of Michigan Student Activities Building. See if we can fill a little bit of time with music or something. But we'll see what's happening. I will let you know. Either way, the Marquette Golden Eagles had a couple of stretches of brilliance. The first 2 goals, followed by 6 goals for the Wolverines. Then Marquette strikes back with 3 goals, making it a 5-6 game. Michigan's pulled back ahead, 5-8. Marquette scores, Michigan scores, and that's how we are right now. A 6-9 lead for the Wolverines. Alex Buchnevage with 4 goals and 100 points. And 2 assists so far to get him so far. Ryan Fazio, a goal and an assist for the Marquette Golden Eagles. And Freeze with 2 goals. Hopefully 7.5 minutes left in this halftime. The first penalty was a major to Zach Granger. That's a slashing. Pushing was the second one to Jordan Schmid. If that was a minor, that the Wolverines ended up not scoring on. They scored on the major against Zach Granger. And Luke Anderson got a penalty for a legal procedure. I cannot tell you what that means, but something. Uh, in sports news, the NCAA has just announced that it will hold men's and women's basketball tournaments, the March Madness, without fans due to the coronavirus crisis. It'll be a silent 67 games for the for the NCAA team, and we will see where Michigan seeds with that as they go through the Big Ten tournament starting tonight. Michigan will play starting tomorrow against, I believe, Rutgers, which will be the 8th ranked seed. Michigan is the 9th seed. And the winner of that will go on to face Wisconsin. Michigan State will be the 2 seed. They had a pretty good showing. The only team in the Big Ten to go better out of conference than in conference win percentage-wise. A lot of the Big Ten teams, including the Wolverines, have struggled on the away game. Only one team is above 500 in the Big Ten in away games. Most of these teams are home warriors. And yes, that is a reference to the 2007 Giants, the team that holds my heart, the Road Warriors. 6 minutes remain in this halftime. I would like to say thank you to WCBN Sports for giving me this opportunity to call a game. Especially Alex Drain, the leader. And I have been told that I am good to run to the bathroom. So I will talk to you in about 5 minutes. volume's not up. There we go. I am back. As I said before, my name is Joshua Tenzer, and I am the WCBN current representative here at the University of Michigan Lacrosse Stadium, where the University of Michigan men's lacrosse team, the Wolverines, are leading in Marquette University Golden Eagles by a score of 9-6. As stated earlier, the NCAA double March Madness men's and women's team tournaments have been decided to be held without fans. And also in the coronavirus updates, I know if you're listening to this, you are most likely in the Ann Arbor area. Classes appear to have been canceled for the next 2 days. I will, don't hold me to that. I believe that's what I'm hearing. 1 minute remains here in this halftime. And just to recap, 5 shots on goal in the first quarter, 12 for Marquette Golden Eagles, leading to a total of 17. Michigan has been a little bit more consistent, 14 than 15 for a total of 29. Saves, 2 for both sides in the first quarter, 4 for Marquette in the second. And 3 from Michigan in the second, leading to a total of 6-5 in favor of Marquette. And if you were listening to this over the FM radio waves, thank you for tuning in to WCBN's one sports broadcast per week over the radio waves. This is the one. If you like what you hear, you can tune in tonight at 6 to 6:30 p.m., as well as every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know what? I'm not going to say for future because unsure. But unless plans change drastically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at 6:30 is the Daily Sports Report, hosted by our group of hosts, and always with a couple panelists I host usually on Mondays or so. So you can feel free to tune into that at that time if you want. Also in the works are podcasts, including Low Man Wins, an unnamed hockey podcast. The Victor's Report, which will start on Tuesday. Again, plans may change. About the University of Michigan sports in the spring. And a special presentation called Asterisk is starting to be planned and put into the works about the scandal of the Houston Astros. And the second half is about to start. Michigan shooting to the left. And here we go. Face-off, Rowlett in there for the Wolverines against Hirschman. Still battling for it after 12 seconds. And the fight continues on. Picked up by the Wolverines. Rowlett has it. Rowlett breaking to the right side. A short pass bouncing on the ground over to Buchnevage. Buchnevage backing over to the Big Ten logo in the neutral zone. Sends it over to Bryce Clay. Clay does a spin move, try to get around the defender. The defender stays on him like glue. That's number 14 for for Marquette, Jake Stegman. One of the players to watch going into this game. Jake Bonamy has it in the neutral zone, breaking on the right side towards the center. A pass over to Kevin Mack, out to Buchnevage in the center of the offensive zone. And back to Sutherland on the left. Sutherland takes a shot. That's a save. And Hulsman still in goal for Marquette Golden Eagles. He'll pick that up and send it over to the left side for Marquette. A high arching pass goes to number 39 for Marquette Golden Eagles. Jordan Schmid. Now number 29 has it. Devin Cowan. Cowan coming from the left wing over to the center. Pushed off by some strong defense by number 19, Andrew Darby. Now number 35, Peter Hankhouse. Crashes towards the goal. And a beautiful save off the back of the leg by Kira Coffey. He sits on it. And that will be the end of the rush for Marquette. Now the Wolverines on the right side. Passing off behind the net. The flag is up in the air. It'll be the fourth man-up opportunity for the Wolverines. Clay takes a shot. That gets past, but not through the line. And that will be off of the stick of Hulsman. And he'll trap that before it's able to roll over the goal line. Still a 9-6 game. 13 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this first. This penalty is called on Marquette. We'll let you know more when I know more. Number 24 for Marquette will serve for 30 seconds. That is Griffin Freeze, 2 goals to his name today. Michigan Wolverines start out with it. Bonamy Sends it back behind the net. Sutherland, they've struggled on the man up today. Back to Bonamy. Zwanda with it on the right side to Buknavage, 100-point man. Over to Clay. Back to Zwanda. Zwanda sends it over to Clay. Falls to the ground. Picked up by Clay. 10 seconds left on the man up. Buknavage. Back to Zwanda. Bonamy. Pressure put on by the defense. The man up will end. No shots on goal or shots in total for the Wolverines in that man up opportunity. Sutherland calling for the ball. Doesn't get it. Goes over to Bryce Clay instead. Now it's behind the net with Zwanda. Zwanda cradling. Watching for something to happen. Right now on him is number 77, Mason Woodward for Marquette. Passed over to Bonamy. Bonamy drops it. It's now on the ground. No one knew where it was, but picked up by number 48 by the Marquette Golden Eagles. James Amorisana, also from Manhasset, New York. Now over to 42 for the Wolverines. Buknavage. Sent to Sutherland on the left side. Over to Zwanda on the left still. Back to Sutherland. All the way across to Buknavage. The right side. Waiting and watching. He'll make a break, a slow break towards the goal. He'll choose to wrap around behind the net. Pass out to Sutherland. Now on the right side with Bonamy. Still in the back of the offensive zone. Bonamy rushes. Passes behind the net to Mack. Back over to Clay. On the right side. Sutherland with it in the center of the offensive zone towards the back. Looking for a pass. Good defense played by number 77 for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Now it's still behind the net. A lot of time taken on this possession for the Wolverines. A long, high pass will go over the head of number 42, Alex Buknavage, and it'll be Marquette ball. That's how that drive will end for the Wolverines. Now with it for Marquette Golden Eagles, number 31. I'm looking at the wrong roster sheet, excuse me. Luke Anderson. Now with it in the neutral zone in the face-off circles, number 35. Peter Hankhaus sends it across to Griffin Fries. Now with it on the right wing inside the offensive zone, Colin O'Donnell. O'Donnell backs off, passes it back to Devin Cowan. Cowan over to Fries. Fries takes a shot, goes off the save, goes off the post. Another shot, rebound, and that's scored by Devin Cowan. A lot happened there. First shot went off of the stick of Kirikofe, then off the post. Couldn't find where it was. Picked back up by Cowan, and Cowan takes the shot into the net after all the confusion, and it is 6 to 7. Yes, 6-7. That was Marquette's third shot this period. Cowan's 9th goal of the season. Rowlett back in the faceoff circle. Michigan has been winning the faceoff battle by a score of 13-5. And here we go. Battling forward against number 16, Jared Hirschman. Still rotating, a full rotation made. Picked up, now it's on the ground. It'll be scooped by Rowlett. Oh, but he misses the pickup. Knocked down by Hirschman. That'll be called as a violation, Michigan ball. Continuing play with it is Christian Ford. Ford going towards the center, passes it off to Zwanda. Zwanda on the left side, cradling, watching for a break in the defense, waiting for substitutions to be made. Passes to Jacob Jackson in the neutral zone. Jackson on the right side now. Sends it over to number 50 for the Wolverines. Someone who doesn't see a lot of action this season, Luke Summers. Back over to Zwanda on the left. Back to Summers on the right. Summers tries to make a pass. That falls down after a stick check. Picked up by number 17, Keenan Thompson for the Marquette Golden Eagles. A couple of passes made now. 39 for the Golden Eagles. Has it. Sends it over to Cowan. Behind the net with it is number 14. Over to 54, Kirshner. Kirshner passes to the right side in the neutral zone to 35. Peter Hankhaus. Peter Hankhaus has it. Looking for a break in the defense. You hear a lot of yelling around here. Hankhouse trying to make a break for the net. Pushed off by strong defense by Andrew Darby. A pass made over to Colin O'Donnell. It drops, but he picks it back up, and the pass goes over the head of number 54, Kirshner, and it'll be Wolverine ball. Kirikoff with it, passing it over to Darby. Back to Kirikoff on the right side of the neutral zone. Pass through some defense to Mike Cosgrove. Cosgrove passing to Buknavage, 100-point man. Over to Sutherland. Buknavage passes that off to Clay. Back to Buknavage on the right side. Sent over to Bonamy through Sutherland. Now Zwand on the left side. Back to Bonamy. Running from the left wing to right wing. Stops in the center. Backs up into the neutral zone. Tries to break past the defender. A pick by Sutherland. Doesn't work. Back to Sutherland with the ball now. Zwanda on the left side. Waiting for a gap in the defense. Zwanda takes a spin move. Tries to take a shot. A pass sent over to number 21, Mike Cosgrove. That's intercepted by the Marquette Golden Eagles. And the pass from 32 to 11, that's dropped, but picked back up by number 11 for Marquette Golden Eagles, Jacob Hallam. Now on the left side with it is Cowan. Behind the net, number 14, Jake Stegman. Marquette only down by 2. Over to Fazio. Back to Kirshner behind the net on the right side. Waiting, stuck to by the defense of Ryan Schreiber. Pushed around to the left wing. Kirshner versus Schreiber. Kirshner able to withstand the stick checks. Pass over to Fazio. Pass behind the net to 14, over to number 17. Wide open, right behind the goalie. Keaton Thompson shoots and scores! Keaton Thompson pulls this back to a 1-goal game for the first time since 4:01 remaining in the first quarter. 7:05 remaining now. Michigan ahead 8-9 over the Marquette Golden Eagles. That's 2 goals in a row for these Golden Eagles, who score 12 goals per game. Michigan allows 12 goals per game. Statistics say Marquette should end up with 12. Rowlett in the faceoff circle again. This one quick, no more wrestling. Picked up by number 3, Thomas Washington. Stick checked, knocks it down to the ground. Ground battle won by Marquette. Number 31, picked up by Luke Anderson. Anderson sends it across to Kirshner. Kirshner tries to make a spin move. Not a lot of help on the offense for him. Sends it all the way back to the neutral zone to number 35, Peter Hankhouse. Hankhouse over to Fazio. Fazio on the right side. He sees an open look at the goal, tries to rush in. Defense closes in on him. Good job by Mike Cosgrove. Back to number 29, Devin Cowan. Over to 24 on the left side, Griffin Fries. Behind the net with it, Jake Stegman. Stegman trying to break towards the right side, sends it over to Devin Cowan. Cowan breaks towards the goal, chooses to peel off, sends it over to Kirshner behind the net. Kirshner waiting. His defender is number 30, Dylan Gardner, a freshman from Newton, Mass. Fries takes the pass. That's a hard stick check by number 9 for the Wolverines, Andrew Russell. And that'll be Wolverine ball after the stick check. Number 30 for the Wolverines has it right now, Dylan Gardner. Mass. From Newton, Mass. As I just said, I believe, I know a couple people from there. That's why that town confused me for a little while. Now the Wolverines have it. Wolverines waiting for more help to arrive. Now with the ball is number 32 for the Wolverines, Steven Schneider. Sent over to the right side, Buknavage sends a pass to behind the net with back and forth to hit between him and Kevin Mack. And that'll be scooped up by number 91, the goaltender, John Hulsman from Marquette Golden Eagles, stopping that Michigan offensive opportunity short. Marquette can go on the offense now, looking to tie this game up at 9. Number 77, Mason Woodward, has it for the Golden Eagles. Weaves his way through a couple of defenders from the Wolverines, the likes of Zwanda Number 9 has it for the Marquette Golden Eagles on the right side. Colin O'Donnell. O'Donnell sends it round. Now ending up with it is number 17, Keaton Thompson. Back behind the net now, Jake Stegman. Over to number 49 on the left side, Krozensky. Back to O'Donnell, back to Krozensky. Behind the net, Jake Stegman has it. Breaking over to the right wing. Chooses to peel off, go back behind the net. Pass is still behind the net to Kirshner. Kirshner breaks to the right wing. Kirshner sends a pass over to number 29, O'Connell. Cowan takes a shot. That's a save by Kira Coffey. And a frightening opportunity for Marquette. Very close to scoring there. Picked up by Kira Coffey, and he'll march forward all the way to the neutral zone as he'll pass that over to the right side, number 15, Jacob Jackson. Marquette was very close to scoring there, almost tying this game up. Now on the right side with it, Alex Buknavage. He's waiting with it. Sends it over to Bonamy on the center of the neutral zone on the line. Center of the offensive neutral zone border. Back and forth between him and Sutherland. Sutherland's playing a little bit more forward than he usually does on the left side. Back to Bonamy. Over to Buknavage on the right. He tries to make a break for it. Defense closes in. He'll choose to pass to Kevin Mack behind the net. Mack sends it to Zwanda on the left. Sutherland. Defense playing more close to the man than central to their goal. A good pass broken up by number 77, Woodward, for the Marquette Golden Eagles. He'll try to pick it up. He'll send it over with a strong kick. A body check takes it out of the stick of number 23 for the Wolverines, Drake Schaffner. And it's still on the ground. And rolled out. Wolverines were closer to it. They'll win this ground battle. And a long pass will go out. Just a clear will go out for the Wolverines. 2 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A 9-8 Michigan lead. Over to number 77 on the left side for Marquette. With it is Hull-Husman. Marquette will break with it towards the right side. Number 35 sending it back to number 14, Jake Stegman. Back around to Griffin Freeze. Over to Cowan, still on the left. Cowan tries to make a break towards the goal. Chooses to peel back. Cowan out and behind the net. Breaks towards the right wing. Pass over. Save made off the immediate shot by Stegman. Kira Coffey keeps that out. And it'll be Marquette ball. Marquette will start with it after the foul. Behind it in the neutral zone. Back and forth are 24 and 35. For Marquette, that's Hank House and Freeze. Now with it on the right side, Fazio. Passes it back to Kirshner. Now out in front, Freeze. Freeze takes a shot. That goes wide. And it'll roll out of bounds. Marquette will continue to maintain their pressure. Jake Stegman with it behind the net. Play will resume. 1:15 remaining in the third quarter. 1 goal lead for the Wolverines. Sends it to Fazio on the right. Fazio makes a break for it. Passes back to Cowan. Cowan spins around trying to get a good look. Cowan shoots. Save by Kira Coffey. That goes right into the netting of his stick. And he'll pass that out. Number 19, Andrew Darby. Schreiber and Kira Coffey will pass back and forth. Now it's out to the right side with Darby. Darby will pass it over to Buknavage and then peel back to the defensive area. Buknavage with it on the right side. Sends it over to number 50, Luke Summers. Summers passes to Clay. That'll go just wide of hit the man. He'll pick it up, though, after it rolls just out of bounds. Clay over to Summers. Buknavage in the center of the neutral zone. Over to 15, Jacob Jackson. Back to Buknavage. Jackson. Jackson will shoot. Jackson scores! Bouncing off, goes into the upper right-hand corner of the goal. Just gets past Hulsman, and the lead will grow to 2 as it is 10-8 in favor of the Wolverines. 12.1 seconds remaining in this third quarter. I'm not sure if I've said this in the past half hour. So you're listening to 88.3 FM Ann Arbor, WCBN. Or you're listening to this over YouTube, in which please enjoy more of our coverage on this channel. Every sports game that we can get to will be broadcast over here. But again, plans are shaky because of the situation across the world, the coronavirus. Rowlett wins the face-off. Looks like he was trying to make a pass, but it goes towards the net instead. And a long clear by the goalie Hulsman will roll out of bounds, but not before the buzzer sounds. The third period is in the books here. Michigan maintaining a 10-8 lead over the Marquette Golden Eagles. The shot count 34 in favor of the Wolverines, 34-26 in favor of the Wolverines, and the save count now 9-8 in favor of the Wolverines as Kirikoff has come alive so far in this game. This third quarter, he really showed some brilliant saves. Of course, in the third quarter, there was that moment where he made the save, and then the rebound went over to, I want to say, Ryan Fazio. Put that away. That might have been the Devin Cowan goal. No, the Devin Cowan goal was a different rebound. Right, the Devin Cowan goal was save off the post, rebound, score, where the Fazio goal was just rebound up in the air, score. So we've seen a lot of rebounds here capitalized on by Marquette in the third quarter. And the second quarter, only 3 goals this whole third quarter. 2 by Marquette. That was the Devin Cowan goal, 10:24 remaining. Keaton Thompson, 7:05 remaining. And with 12 seconds remaining, Jacob Jackson, his third of the season, assisted from the 100-point man himself, now 101, Alex Buchnevage. Only 1 goal has been scored on the extra man. That was Alex Buchnavage's second goal, assisted by Josh Zwanda, Zwanda's 15th assist of the season. That was the only man up. 150 seconds served and penalties by Marquette so far. There was I found out what that penalty was. That was served by Marquette in the third quarter with 13 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. That was too many men on the field, too many players. A team penalty. Minor, 30 seconds. Devin Cowan getting his 8th and 9th goal of the season for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Jake Stegman landing his 10th assist, as well as Ryan Fazio getting his 7th assist this season. And we will resume action very shortly as Rowlett lines up against... Lines up against Hirschman. And here we go. Face-off violation. Wolverines will have it. Picked up by Ford. Sent over to Zwanda on the left. Buchnevage telling Zwanda to wait. Pause. Now Buchnevage gets it. Sends it behind the net. Clay and Mack passing back and forth to each other. Clay with it. Back to Buchnevage. He'll break around with a nice juke to the right side. Peels off his too many defenders. Sends it over to Clay. Over to Sutherland on the left side. Back to Buchnevage on the right. Pass over to Zwanda. Drops it. Picks it back up. Zwanda back to Buchnevage in the neutral zone. On the left side. Now Jackson. The most recent goal scorer for the Wolverines. And that'll roll out of bounds. Off of a pass. Marquette will have it. Marquette streaking down the left side. Sending it over to number 77. Woodson. Something like that. Yeah, Woodward on the right. Woodward passes back to Hulsman. Back to Woodward on the right. Woodward breaking through the neutral zone. Weaves his way through some defenders. Passes it off to number 31. Luke Anderson. Anderson will enter the zone with it. Pass back to 35, Hankhouse. Hankhouse with 2 goals last game, none so far this. Over to Devin Cowan on the left. Cowan waiting. Passes it off to Griffin Freeze. Freeze wide open in front of the net. He takes a shot. That goes off the stick of Kirikofe's... it goes off the handle of Kirikofe's stick. The rebound takes a shot. Save made by Kirikofe in the netting. And that'll be a Michigan opportunity turned around on the right side. On the left side, excuse me. Now Zwanda has it on the left. Zwanda looking for it. Rolls around the perimeter. Over to 32. Steven Schneider. Haven't seen him very much here. Again, Manhasset, New York. We have a player from Manhasset, New York on both sides. Buchnevage. Back around to 32. Schneider. Schneider and Bonamy back and forth. Schneider makes a break towards the right side. Passes to Buchnevage. Back to Schneider in the neutral zone. Over to left and Bonamy. Bonamy looking for something to do. Chooses to peel back. Send over to Zwanda, just near him. Zwanda sends it behind the net for Mack. Mack passes it over in front to Bonamy. Bonamy takes a long shot, gets past him, and Bonamy scores. Putting this game 11-12. 12:24 remaining in the game. Regulation. If Marquette is able to tie this one up, 3-goal deficit is not hard to overcome. 3 goals scored by Alex Buchnevage within the course of 2 minutes, 10 seconds. And that assist was Kevin Mack, his first point this game. And he will rise to, I want to say, 94 points of his career. I've been informed by my physics teacher that assignments are still due. I'm glad that popped up over the stats broadcast. This face-off won by Michigan Wolverines. Rowlett. Michigan still dominating, now 17-6 on the face-off count. Sends it over to the left side. Zwanda has it. Jake Bonamy had his 10th goal of the season there. Kevin Mack's 3rd assist. Zwanda still waiting. Substitutions made. Kevin Mack coming on. And Rocco Sutherland coming on. And Bonamy in favor of Andrew Darby and some defensive players. Zwanda still with it. Zwanda waiting. Sends over to Sutherland to the neutral zone. Over to Bonamy. Bonamy streaking towards the right side. Bonamy chooses to pass off to Buchnevage. Doesn't see any options, so he chooses to go behind the net with Bryce Clay. Clay going to the right wing. Peels off. Over to Buchnevage in the neutral zone. Out to Bonamy, even deeper in the neutral zone. Bonamy breaks in towards the left side. Bonamy shoots. That goes wide, and that'll roll out of bounds. Michigan ball. Picked up by Bryce Clay behind the net. Excuse me. Clay runs along the right wing, back towards the neutral zone. Passes out. Over to Sutherland. Sutherland, by the face-off circle, breaks in towards the neutral zone, towards the offensive zone. On the right side, peels away, cross-crease pass to Zwanda. Zwanda drops it. The buzzer will sound. We will see what happens next. It'll be the shot clock. That was what that was. Now Marquette will pick it up. Marquette on the right side now. 54, Kirshner. Behind the net, Stegman. Sends it to the left side with Cowan. Cowan goes behind the net. Back to Kirshner. Kirshner's on the right side. Stegman's on the left behind the net. Not Stegman. Cowan's on the left side behind the net. Hankhouse in the left corner of the offensive zone. Tries to get around the defenders, rolling around the perimeter. Chooses to pass softly, underhand over to Fazio. Fazio back behind the net, Stegman. Stegman trying to roll around. Spins, gets past the defender. Strong stick work by Jake Schaffner. Keeps him at bay. Over to Kirshner. Sends it all the way back into the neutral zone. Griffin Freese has it. Towards the center. Breaks past Ford. Ford sticks to him, though. Now behind the net, Stegman. Back out in front, Devin Cowan. Now on the right side for the Marquette Golden Eagles, Fazio. Fazio shoots. Fazio scores! And now it's 11-9 in favor of the Wolverines. 9:48 remaining in this game. The shot count is 36 to 29 in favor of the Wolverines. And again, because I do not know how the FCC works, half hour mark has been reached. I know I've said it in the past 6 minutes, but you're listening to WCBN FM Ann Arbor on 88.3 as the frequency. Thank you, FCC. Please don't sue us. Thomas Washington against Rowlett in the faceoff circle. And here we go. Rowlett wins it. Cheered on by his team. Number 45 for the Wolverines, very ecstatic about that faceoff win. That's Max Yarrington from Toronto, Ontario. Now behind the net is Bryce Clay. Clay will pass that out to Buchnevage. Now number 32 for the Wolverines. Schneider has it. Back and forth between Schneider and Zwanda. Back out. 15, Jacob Jackson. Jackson peels around to the right side along the perimeter. Jackson goes back towards the center. Chooses to pass off to the left to Schneider. Schneider passes over to Buchnevage on the right side. Buchnevage looks like the one controlling the play here for the Wolverines. Controlling the pace. Sends it over to Schneider. Back. A pass to Buchnevage. Drops. Ground battle. They're wrestling for it now. In between a bunch of feet. Picked up here by Bryce Clay. Clay maintaining control of it. Through some good stick work by Woodward. That pass knocked out of the air by Woodward. Woodward has it. Woodward breaking towards the center. Four Marquette players. 4 Michigan players. Woodward takes a shot and he scores. That gets past the goalie Kirikofe, and we're back to a 1-goal game. It's 11-10 in favor of the Wolverines. 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. This one pulled back to a 1-goal game, just like it was back with 7:05 remaining in the third quarter with the Keaton Thompson goal. Woodward maintaining control all the way from the right side, the defensive zone, to the left, in the offensive. He'll take the shot, and he scored. That's Woodward's first of the season, assisted by Devin Cowan, his 7th, including his 2nd straight assist this game. He assisted the Fazio goal to make it 9-11, and he assisted the Woodward goal to make it 10-11. And now we will see, I believe that is someone new in the faceoff circle, Jake Devine. Either way, it's won by the Wolverines, Jake Rowlett. Rowlett, short pass right next to him to Buchnevage. So now Rowlett can go back, come out. In favor of Bonamy. Sutherland with it now over to Zwanda on the left side. Michigan wanting to give themselves a little bit of a gap. 11-10. 10 goals is how many Marquette scored in their last game against Robert Woodson or something along those lines. And that's a shot by Buchnevage. Save made by Holzman. Looked like it was going wide. Doesn't matter. Holzman has it. Marquette now streaking down the right side of the field, playing with urgency. Zach Granger. Granger passes it off to Luke Anderson. You can see the fire under Marquette's bellies. Behind the net now, Kirshner. Kirshner rolling out in front on the right side. Kirshner shoots. Kirshner scores. It's tied. Kirshner scores. And it's tied. That may not have been Kirshner. That might have been Jack Devine. Nope, 54, Kirshner. And it's 11-11, 7.5 minutes remaining. After what Marquette did last game, they're surely happy to bring it back to this one. It's 11-11. The shot count 31 to 37 in favor of the Wolverines. After an outstanding third period, Kirikofe has had a couple of good saves, but let in some important goals. That's 3 straight for Marquette, tying their most in a row for this game. That was the 3rd, 4th, and 5th goal for that team. That were 3 in a row. Now the 9th, 10th, and 11th. We are all tied up here in Ann Arbor, the University of Michigan Lacrosse Stadium. We've got ourselves an exciting game. Another win on the faceoff by Rowlett. Rowlett against Woodward, pardon me. Rowlett breaking towards the goal by himself all the way on the right side. Chooses to pass off behind the net to Clay. Clay over to Buchnevage. Buchnevage looking around, waiting for something to appear. He's the real play caller here. Back to Clay. Clay behind the net on the right side, passing back to Buchnevage out in front in the corner. of the offensive zone by the neutral zone. Now it's back over to Zwanda on the left. Zwanda, who's been relatively quiet after being the Michigan's leading point scorer the past 6 games. 28 total points, 14 goals, 14 assists for him. I think he scored 1 this game. He did. Now Sutherland has it. Over to Bonamy. Back to Buknavage. Tries to roll around the perimeter towards the center from the right side. Pushed off. Sent it to Bonamy. Bonamy over to Mack. Mack behind the net. Over to Sutherland on the left side. Sutherland, again, playing more an offensive role than he usually does. Now Mack shoots. Mack scores! Mack scores, making it 12-11. 6:16 remaining. Michigan stops the bleeding here. And now, after 3 straight Marquette goals, Wolverines are back in this. The reason I almost said Merrimack was because Merrimack was one of the teams that played here recently. Merrimack got their first Division I win over the Wolverines, I want to say 2 weekends ago, maybe 3. But this is a different team and a different game. Kevin Mack is 13th of the season. 2nd point today brings him up to 95 total points of his career at the Wolverines. I believe Woodward is in the faceoff circle against Rowlett. That is number 11, Jacob Hallam. A strong body check by number 48, and that's the first man-up opportunity for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Looks like it'll be cross-checking or something along those lines, whatever the lacrosse equivalent to that is. Again, I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone here. I'm usually hockey and soccer, but I'm becoming lacrosse, so that's good. On the left side now with it, number 29, Devin Cowan. He's waiting. Sees that they have the man-up opportunity coming up. He'll take his time. 5:37 remaining in this game in the fourth quarter. 1 point is plenty of a deficit to overcome. It's reasonable enough. Devin Cowan shoots. That goes wide. And we'll see what the penalty is, who will serve it, and for how long. I'm going to guess that was a 1-minute penalty. That looked like an aggressive cross-check on the face-off. But we will see. Going to the circles, going to the penalty box area. Looks like it'll be number 48, Christian Ford. And the time on the clock will read 1 whole minute. That is correct, yes. This will be the first man-up opportunity for Marquette, and they went 0 for 2 in their game against Robert Morris. They'll hope to improve on that here with their first opportunity, go for 1 for 1. On the right side now, they're circling around in a clockwise rotation. Out behind the net, Jake Stegman. Back out in front, Kirshner. To Cowan. Cowan in the center. Still around, now counterclockwise, back to clockwise. Cowan with it. Short pass over to Stegman. Back to Cowan on the left. Kirshner, strong pass over to Stegman out on the outside. That's shot, and the flag is up. We'll see what happens here. We'll see who that's getting called on. I believe Michigan's arguing, so I believe it'll be on Michigan. Michigan coach is not happy. It will be on Michigan. With 18 seconds remaining in the first man up. Number 21 for the Wolverines. That is Mike Cosgrove. Will serve this one. We'll see how long it is. That's 2 man up. We'll see who it is. For how long, I should say. It'll be 30 seconds on the clock on that man up. So they have 18 seconds of a 2-man advantage, then 12 seconds of a 1. That was a penalty for pushing. And the cross-checking penalty was actually unnecessary roughness on Christian Ford. Starting with the ball, Lee Marquette. Kirshner sending it out and around. Holden Patterson. Kirshner behind the net. Back over to Cowan. Around is Stegman. Cowan with it now. Over to Kirshner. Ford gets in. The Ford penalty is over. Number 47 for the Wolverines gets in. I'll tell you who that is in short notice. That is Zach Johnson. Haven't said that name a whole bunch today. And both penalties are killed. But a strong shot, and it's tied up. Devin Cowan takes a shot from the outside, the right wing, and with 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining, it is 12-12. Excuse me, that was not number 29, Devin Cowan. That was 28, Holden Patterson. That correction made there. The assist was from Devin Cowan to make it 12-12. Cowan's 8th assist, Patterson's 9th goal of the season. And the time was 4:08 remaining in the fourth. We have a tied game. We'll see what happens next because 6 p.m. is regularly scheduled for the Daily Sports Report. This face-off goes off the back of Rowlett after he tries to pick it up. Goes off of his own back, but Michigan will maintain control of the ground battle. That's picked up by number 19, Andrew Darby. Darby breaking with it, getting past defenders, survives a couple stick checks, doesn't survive the last one. Now it's on the ground. Ground battle, still fighting for it. It's between the feet of some Michigan players. It's a whole scrum, picked up by Bryce, pick-up attempt by Bryce Clay, and Bryce Clay does successfully pick it up. Whistle's blown. Timeout, Michigan. 3 minutes, 42 seconds. The score is 12-12. 12 saves made by Michigan, 11 saves made by Marquette University. As I said, Marquette a lot more focused on goal after being about 50% accuracy in the first half. They have now got 24 of their 33 total shots on net, either saved or in goal. Turnovers here, Michigan costly. 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter, 0 for Marquette so far. The ground ball battle still being won by Michigan, but not by as much. After tying with them in the second and third quarters, 8-8 and the 9-9. Excuse me. Michigan is winning the ground battle in the fourth quarter, 7-4, 38-28. As I was saying earlier, the Daily Sports Report, WCBN's regularly slated talk show, is supposed to be going on at 6 p.m. I do not believe we will interfere with that, but I will keep you posted of what is going on. So we will see what's happening now as the timeout is drawing to an end. We'll see what's going on. I have been informed that attendance to University of Michigan sports is limited to parents and media only, so I do believe WCBN will still be calling games, but I cannot make any guarantees. I cannot promise anything. I cannot. Nothing is certain. Things are still being figured out by President Alex Drain, so we will let you know more as we know more. But according to the badges on our chest, apparently we do count as media. I'm surprised by that every time. And now Michigan will start with it. Specifically Rocco Sutherland on the left side. 3 minutes, 42 seconds remaining. This is a tie game, 12-12. Over to the right side, Buchnevage. Swanda behind the net. Swanda falls, gets back up. Swanda pushed off by some strong defense. Chooses to pass off to Mack instead. Over to Sutherland. Sutherland fighting to try to break in. Sutherland shoots. Sutherland scores! Sutherland, a long shot through the defense past Holzman, and now it's 13-12 with 3:21 remaining in this game, in this quarter. Assuming it may go to overtime. We don't know because it is still a very close game. That is the 39th shot on goal for the Wolverines this game, and that one makes its way into the net at a pivotal time. Wolverines take the lead. Marquette has come close but has not had the lead since 6 minutes, 11 seconds in this game. They've been trailing, tied it up twice. Now Michigan pulls back ahead after that strong goal by Rocco Sutherland, unassisted, his 11th of the season. I believe his first of the game, and that is correct. Time of goal, 3:21 in the fourth quarter. Face-off, won squarely by Rowlett. He was going up against a newcomer to the face-off circle, P.J. Cox. Rowlett still has it, breaking from the left side to the right, still in the neutral zone. Chooses to pass over to Buchnevage in the neutral zone on the right side by the sideline, in front of the Michigan subs line. Buchnevage passes back to Clay. You know that Michigan will want to try to maintain control of this ball for the next 3 minutes. Maybe get one more goal, and if the opportunity looks good. Sutherland and Bonamy on the left. Back over to Buknavagi on the right. Clay and Zwanda behind the net. Excuse me, Kevin Mack right in front. Still going around the outside perimeter. Passing in a counterclockwise rotation. Zwanda behind the net. Zwanda breaks towards the right side, chooses to peel back. Over to Kevin Mack. Kevin Mack with it, towards the left wing. Passes out to Bonamy on the left side in the back of the offensive zone. Out to Sutherland in the neutral zone. Back over to Buknavagi. Buknavagi on the right side. Over to Sutherland in the center of the offensive zone. Back to Bonamy now on the left side. Zwanda has it. Clay has it. Mack takes the pass. Mack passes it out. That goes past Sutherland, and that'll roll out of bounds. Marquette has the ball. 2 minutes remaining. 1 goal deficit. Sends it all the way over to Woodward. On the right side, back over to Helsman. Pass to number 24 for Marquette. He'll break into the offensive zone. Griffin freeze. Timeout called by Marquette. 1 minute, 44 seconds remaining. 33 shots on goal for Marquette. 39 shots on goal for the Wolverines. So we'll see what's going on now. Each team has 2 huddles. Looks like the players that'll be on the field and players that'll be off the field. Michigan after taking no penalties for so long. 5:27 and 4:45. What you'll notice is that this is similar to hockey in the fact that when you're a man down, you'll be playing more aggressive defense and you're likely to take another penalty. And also, it looks like the crowd in the stands has grown. I want to say close to 50, 60 people here so far. And as of today, Michigan sporting events until the end of the semester are closed to media and parents only. So, you are listening to what could be the last fan section for quite a while. And who knows what my broadcasts in the future will look like. So, thank you for listening to this one. And thank you to WCBN again for letting us broadcast this game over the FM airwaves through the radio. 12 minutes remaining in this broadcast, hopefully. And 1:44, because I do not want to take away any time from the Daily Sports Report. But if it goes to overtime, I'll have to. Now on the right side, 35, Peter Hankhouse has it for Marquette. 1:30 remaining in this fourth quarter. Still trailing by 1. Peter Hankhouse rushes towards the goal. Takes a shot. That goes wide. And it'll be Marquette ball. 1:24 remaining. That one just wide off to the right side. Over to Fazio. Fazio looking around. Rolls out around the perimeter. From the right wing to the center. Into the neutral zone. Passes off to Hankhouse. Hankhouse breaking to the right. Strong defense played by number 2, Finn Goonan. Strong stick checks. Hankhouse survives. Passes it off to Freeze. Freeze it on the left side. Cross crease pass to number 14. Strong defense played. Wolverines have the ball. It's still on the ground. Picked up by Devin Cowan. And now we'll see what happens next. And I am joined here by my color commentator. Say hello.
And we've made it. Looks like we have entered a pretty good game here. Michigan up 13-12. Josh, give us a little summary. At least the viewers or the listeners have heard. But in terms of, for me, what has happened in this game?
So Marquette started off 2-0. Then Michigan brought it back 6 goals to 6-2. Marquette scored 3. Michigan scored 2. Marquette, Michigan, Marquette, Marquette, Michigan, Michigan. Marquette, 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 Michigan, Marquette, Marquette. What you missed was Alex Buknavagi scoring his 100th career point on this goal at the end of the second quarter with 1:30 remaining. He is the fastest player in the Michigan Wolverines program history to reach 100 points. And then he got up to 101 with an assist on Jacob Jackson's goal going on later.
Wow.
Also, nearing that 100-point mark is Kevin Mack. He has 2 points today. He's now at 95 career points.
Wow. For the junior from Bridgeville, Connecticut.
Yep,
That's
both.
100th career goal. He's at the fastest to ever do it?
100th career points.
Oh,
He's the fastest Wolverine to ever do that.
that is an impressive mark.
Yes, it is. 45 seconds remain here.
And so how many lead changes does that mean?
Just the one.
Just one.
Marquette took the lead, and then Michigan took it back. There have been some ties, but Michigan has held strong with the lead. Now 45 seconds left. Kirshner over to Stegman. Stegman passing it back on the right side. Now it's in the neutral zone. Fazio has it. Fazio breaking on the right wing. In the offensive zone, chooses to pass back. You can be assured that this might be the last offensive opportunity that Marquette will have to tie this game up. Sending it back around behind with Kirshner. Over to Cowan. Cowan on the left wing. 20 seconds left. Cowan rolling around. Passing out in front. That goes on the ground. Now there's a battle for it. Looks like Fazio will pick it up. It's on the ground. Marquette ball. Stegman has it. Stegman running behind the net. 8 seconds left. Marquette fell victim to last-minute heroics last game. Will they succeed this time? Now in the back, Fazio with it. 2, 1, and the buzzer will sound, and the University of Michigan Wolverines will hold on to this lead, 13-12. They had not looked back. Marquette fell down last game with 4 seconds left out of the tie. They lost that game with the goal coming 4 seconds left, and they were unable to do that for themselves this time. Michigan Wolverines will hold on in this exciting game by a score of 13-12.
Now, I only watched 45 seconds, but if that 45 seconds was any sort of indication on how exciting this game was, this had to be a pretty exciting game.
It was.
Pulls it out.
It was a very exciting game. Alex Buknavage got 3 straight goals within the course of 2 minutes. And in the first quarter, his 8th, 9th, and 10th of the season. So, let's recap that for you, because we have to talk for another 8 minutes. So, shots on goal, total of 39-36 in favor of Michigan after a 14-5 lead in the first quarter. Shots on, sorry, that was just shots. Shots on goal, Michigan actually trailed that one 24-25. Saves 13-11 in favor of Michigan. Michigan clearly controlled the face-off battle after struggling in their last game. The face-offs were in favor of Yale, 27-30, and this time they're in favor of the Wolverines, 22-7. Michigan also won the ground ball battle, 39-30. That's an important factor in a close game like this. Michigan also succeeded in 15 of their 16 clears, Marquette in 15 of their 18 clears. Michigan were the only team to succeed on the extra man, as the second time in a row that Marquette has gone 0 for 2 on the man advantages, including 18 seconds of a 2-man advantage. Michigan served 90 seconds of penalty time, and Marquette with 1 minute and 50 seconds. Soon you'll hear much more about this on the Daily Sports Report, but as I said before on this broadcast, the NCAA have chosen to forego all fans during the men's and women's March Madness tournaments. It'll be a quiet 67 games for both of those tournaments.
And it's still unclear on what they're going to decide with the media. I think the TV broadcasters will definitely be there because they still have to broadcast the games.
Of course.
And that's a huge part of the revenue. But the I don't want to say the non-essential media, but some of the writers who could still write about the game just by watching, I'm not sure if they'll be there or not. We are still awaiting the March Madness decision on that. But yeah, no fans, and that's going to be a weird NCAA tournament this year.
That's the way it's going to look like for a lot of professional sports. Oakland A's are canceling their games in March, played in the at home.
So the same thing with the Mariners as well.
Yeah. The San Jose Sharks will look like they're going to play without fans, and we'll see what happens with that.
It looks like the University of Michigan kind of came out, I think less than 30 minutes ago after President Sussel came out with his news, is that the athletic department will kind of take the same route as the NCAA, so non-essential people will not be allowed at any of the games. The practices will still go on, and they'll probably still have their games, but the University of Michigan will follow suit with the rest of the sports world and have very quiet athletic events, which is going to be weird, but that's just the way it's going to be.
I believe the call is parents and media, so we'll still let you know what happens with WCBN. You'll know more as we'll know more. The only extra man goal was scored by Alex Buknavage, his 9th of the season. Josh Swanda's got the assist, 15th of the season. And to recap the goals, let's see if I can find the totals for you here. Alex Buchnavage with 4, including the one to get his 100th point, and he also had 3 assists on 8 shots. Sutherland scored 2 goals on 6 shots. Josh Zwanda, 4 points on 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists, 5 shots for him. Clay went 1 for 9. Bonamy went 1 for 3. Kevin Mack went 1 for 2 with an assist. And on the Marquette side, Freeze went 2 for 8. Cowan went 2 for 8, but also had 3 assists to his name. Fazio went 2 for 6 with an assist. Kirshner 2 for 3. Hankhouse 1 for 4. And Woodward was perfect with a 1 for 1. Stegman had 2 shots on goal, but only no goals and 1 assist. Thompson 1 for 1, and Patterson also 1 for 1. There was only 1 lead change here, as Marquette took the lead with two straight goals in the first 8 minutes, 7.5 really. Then Michigan took 6 goals there. Never really looked back lead-wise, but there were still 2 times where it was tied up. It was 11-11 with 7.5 minutes left, and it was 12-12 with 4 minutes left. So again, 4 minutes left in the game, Marquette was tied. A very similar situation to how it looked for them last game against Robert Morris.
My deep analysis here looks like Michigan's volatile season will continue. They've gone win-loss, 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 and now back in the win. So Michigan looking to win 2 in a row for the first time all season against number 14th ranked Notre Dame on
It's a
March
tough challenge.
15th, which will be a good game. And that game will either be on BTN, ESPNU, or ACC Network, according to the indication here.
That'll be a home game.
It will be a home game.
Michigan is currently 3 with this game now 3 for 1 at home, 3 and 1 at home. That one loss going to Merrimack. Merrimack's first Division I win in program history.
Wow,
Yeah, someone had to do it. Might as well be us.
that's amazing. And so,
Oops.
yeah, I'm just still shocked on. I hate to not talk about the game, but on Michigan canceling classes and just the effects it's going to have with these athletic events. I mean, think about an NCAA tournament with no fans, how quiet that's going to be. The cool part about it is that you'll be able to hear the players on the broadcast.
They have to pump fake noise.
Or some sort
of...
does the NCAA, do they have, like, music during downtime or during timeouts?
I think so. I haven't been to a game this year.
Okay.
Do they?
I don't know. I feel like the March Madness doesn't. It's because it's not a home game. You know, it's all neutral sites.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I mean, back on December 3rd, January something, if there was the Little Caesars Arena game between Michigan and Michigan State, duel in the D. That was a neutral site game that had music. So I'd imagine there's something like that, because I remember the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden, because James Dolan is the greatest owner of all time, chose for one quarter to not play any music during timeouts, and fans rioted because it was weird. It was definitely strange.
It's some things that you'll get to notice when you're watching some of these athletic events that you never noticed before.
Exactly.
Without the fans, at least watching it on TV.
Kira Coffey, this is his back to the game for a second. Kira Coffey, this is his first full game as University of Michigan goalie this season. Trowbridge also has one full game. Otherwise, they've been splitting half and half. After this, 13 saves and 12 goals let in, just over 500. I'd imagine Kira Coffey gets the green light to start the next game against Notre Dame. Not entirely sure, but it is 5:59.
I'd like to say a quick thanks to Charlie Brigham, who is down in studio engineering this broadcast. That's brought to you by WCBN Sports, and then obviously Josh Tenzer, who broadcasted the game by himself for 98%. I was here for the win.
Jack Molino, yes, you were. That's what really did it for the Wolverines. Thank you very much for listening. I'm being told by Andrew Miller, who will be hosting the DSR, that we are being cut off right now. So, good afternoon. Go Blue, and wash your hands out there. Seriously, you should have already been washing your hands, but make sure you do it.
Is that a good win?
They're both 3 and 3. Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. Just unplug me. Yeah, for sure. Unplug it? Unplug it. Yeah, for sure. Totally. Thanks.